Para Arraial da
He
Ajuda.
went to Arraial da Ajuda.
Ele me mostrou a lambada de Arraial da Ajuda,
And he showed him the lambada that they dance in Arraial da Ajuda,
que era um pouco diferente da
which was a little bit different than Porto Seguro.
Porto Seguro é muito forte
Porto Seguro is very
e
strong
muito rápido.
and very fast.
E a de Arraial da Ajuda era um pouco mais lisérgica.
And Arraial da Ajuda was more
Lisérgica.
like LSD.
Little point. When you arrive in Bahia, or this city we call in Porto Seguro, it's one city here where have the dance lambada. If you get one boat, in 10 minutes go to another island. In this island, it's called Arraial da Ajuda. Normally it was the island for the people that smoking a lot of weed. Serious, really famous for that. So everybody there is a little bit like that. A lot of Rastafari, Maroto, our master, Rastafari. So everybody there was like, hi guys, Melady, how are you? And the music was reggae, all the time reggae, tará, was not, Porto Seguro was,
Lá tá no Brás.
and then another side was,
Adillio, ele estava nos dois mundos.
He was in both worlds,
Eu conheci Adillio,
because he got to know Adillio.
quando ele veio para a minha escola ele já sabia dançar.
When Adillio got to Jaime school, he already knew
Esse é
how
um
to
dos caras mais talentosos que já
He
vi
was
dançar
one
no
of the most talented
I got this boat, you know, I got this boat by mistake too. They told me, go Porto Seguro. I don't know what to understand that. I got the boat, so I want another island too. But we don't know each other. This is the maximum. He was there learning with this guy, Maroto. Né? The guy that come with a white horse.
White horse.
Beautiful white horse. How you saw him first time, Master? The guy come for to open the door.
Yes, Adillio don't believe it, but I think so for history. Meu propósito quando eu conto uma história
His proposition when he tells a story
é que vocês vejam a beleza
is that you see a beauty
das imagens
of the images
que nós vivemos,
that we lived,
para que vocês mantenham essa
so that
essência.
you can maintain the essence.
A gente não está afim de mostrar o passado,
We're not wanting to show you the
a
past.
gente está afim de mostrar o que de bom ele tinha que nós não podemos perder.
We want to show you the good that it had that we can't lose, the
E
essence.
essa visão um pouco lúdica do ZOUK,
And this a little bit imaginative, creative world of Zouk,
lúdica,
ludic,
fantasiosa,
fantastic,
e surrealista,
surreal.
isso ZOUK é.
This is what Zouk is.
Então quando eu vi o cavalo branco,
So when I see a white horse,
eu de verdade vi.
I see it.
Já não me lembro se ele era branco. Mas sei que era um cavalo que vinha
But he knows that he was a horse that was
com um
coming.
cara cabeludo na frente,
With a really hairy guy in the front, yellow hair,
e uma mulher
and a
de
lady
cabelos longos assim,
with long hair
com uma saia muito
and a
grande.
huge skirt.
Isso. E eles vinham,
And they would come,
desceram do cavalo,
get off the horse,
entraram no Jatobá,
enter into the bar called Jatobá.
que era onde era do Maroto.
That was his bar.
A little thing. This place that he's saying, it's imagine, it's like in the top of the mountain,
In front of the church.
have one little, it's not church, but it was like, you know, something like that. And then in the side you have, you can see the whole beautiful peaks out downstairs. And then you have this house that don't have light. So this guy that just dropped the horse, he needs to go inside. Nobody can go inside because he's the owner. So he opened the place. Everybody want to go inside for dance. He put first the candles, and then the place, you can see something inside.
Jatobá
Jatobá.
tinha uma canoa,
Had a canoe
cheia de frutas,
full of fruit,
frutas da época.
fruit of the time.
Isso. Então, para mim,
For him,
era uma espécie de caverna do ZOUK.
it was like a Zouk cavern.
A gente entrava lá
We would enter,
e todos dançavam
and
freneticamente.
everyone would dance
E
frenetically,
ninguém se batia.
and nobody would hit each other.
Isso. Todos giravam assim.
Everyone would
E assim.
turn like that.
Isso. E eu me lembro
And he remembers
de mulheres enormes
huge women.
que me pegavam,
Grabbed
me jogavam pra lá e pra
and
cá.
broke one side to the other.
Foi uma experiência fantástica.
It was a great experience.
O Adillio sabe
And you
o
know
quanto eu era apaixonado por aquele
how
lugar.
much I was in love with that.
Eu levei todo o meu grupo pra
I
lá.
brought all of my group there.
Eu levei meus alunos
I
pra lá.
brought my students
Porque
there.
lá eu encontrei uma dança
Because there I found a dance
mais próxima
that was closer
da liberdade.
to freedom.
Porque eu tive uma coreógrafa
Because he had a choreographer
chamada Graziela Figueroa,
called
que era uma paraguaia.
She was from Paraguay.
E aí eu tinha uma escola
And
grande
he had a big school.
e eu teve um curso de criatividade.
And there was a course of creativity.
E eu fui fazer o curso.
And he went to do the course.
E ela disse pra mim,
And she said,
o que te falta é liberdade.
what you lack is freedom.
E aí eu pensei sobre isso, eu me sentia tão livre.
And I felt so free.
Eu me sentia tão. Eu saí, andei na rua, vivi na rua.
I lived in the street, I walked in the
Eu me
street.
sentia livre.
I felt
Por que
free.
eu precisava de liberdade?
Why did I need more freedom?
Aí ela me contou uma história.
And then she told me a
E
story.
eu tinha que representar essa história.
And I had to represent this story.
Então eu tinha que atravessar uma
So
linha
I had to cross a line,
imaginária.
an imaginary
E
line.
quando eu estivesse do outro
And
lado,
when I was on the other
eu ia
side,
desapegar de tudo.
I would unattached to everything.
E aí encontrei a liberdade.
And that's when I found freedom.
Quando eu não tinha nada.
When I didn't have anything.
Quando eu tinha alguma
When
coisa,
I had
eu
something,
estava preso às coisas que eu tinha.
I was stuck on the things that
No
I
momento que
had.
eu fiquei sem
And
nada,
the moment that I had nothing,
eu tive que criar tudo.
I had to create everything.
E aí veio a minha
And
liberdade.
that's when my freedom
Entendem
came.
a simbologia
Do you
disso?
understand the
E aí,
symbology?
quando eu voltei para o
And
ZOUK,
when I came back to
quando eu encontrei o
ZOUK,
ZOUK,
when I found
eu
ZOUK,
encontrei essa
I
liberdade.
found that.
Porque aqui ó, tem o Xandy,
Because here we have Sean,
todos eles aqui,
George,
cada um tem um jeito de dançar,
everyone has a way of dancing.
cada um tem um acento,
Everyone has an accent.
todos respeitam a mesma linguagem.
Everyone respects the same language.
But until we come back to Lambada. I'm here for that.
Não, história.
And they put me in the center for that. So, this freedom that my father, no. This freedom that he saw there, it's calling this dance because this guy was really special. His name is Maroto and her name is Fabiola. She was bailarina classic ballerina from ballet in São Paulo that came to have holidays, saw this black guy in the white horse, and she fell in love. So she never moved back to São Paulo. She was there living like, this is the history. Yeah, I know her, I'm lucky that I danced with her. So these two guys, we have more. We have another names that we cannot forget about. João Lambadeiro, Zé Lambadeiro, we have o Bebê, always was there, o Braz Didi, we have another group that is very important, but they was more in Porto Seguro. But this place that we find, Arraial da Ajuda, changed for us as well the idea to have lambada. How the lambada was not only strong, was not only like fast, good to be freedom and smooth and relaxed, com music, more relaxed, don't need to be so strong. This made Jaime bring this to Rio de Janeiro.
Adillio, qual era a roupa que ele em English? Which clothes the people dance and
They
use in
dance.
this moment? Just
Normally the clothes of lambada was really important for us. Was one pants where the men could to tie something.
It's like the jeans.
Jeans like Aladdin. Girls normally was really common. They buy 2-3 skirts.
Short skirts.
Was nice that when they turn, these making new colors. You know, the 3 colors was normally was orange, green, and
Very colorful.
yes, and then this making nice. It was something like that we like to do. But
Like
after
tops and short skirts.
yes. So we had this famous place for us, especially Rio de Janeiro. Like Jaime told, lambada makes success around all Brazil after makes success in Europa. We was having lambada at TV. We had lambada, all singers that before was famous, they was not singers of lambada. They started to sing lambada as well because was nice, was good time for this thing there. So we had music, we had the dance, we started to spread this all over Brazil. But always, as well, was one dance that was not academic dance. Do you understand? Was not one dance that came from the school. People was not learning this there. Normally they was learning this at parties. So I think this one of the problems that we had that lambada don't get so much bigger. We had another problems, but not yet. So lambada made big success around Bahia, North. Jaime went there, he got this, he brought to Rio de Janeiro. What you did in Rio, Jaime, with the lambada there?
No Rio,
In Rio,
eu tinha uma escola grande,
I had a big school,
então eu pude massificar muito
so
rápido.
I could put it in mass very quickly.
E eu tinha a magia da didática.
And I had the magic of didactic, how to
Isso fez a
teach.
diferença.
And this made a difference.
Porque se eu pedisse para aprender, né?
If I wanted to learn, if I asked to learn,
eu tinha boa vontade,
the local person had a good will to teach me.
mas não tinha isso que o Adillio falou.
But he didn't have this that I
Não
said.
tinha a didática.
He didn't have the tools
E
to
aí
teach.
eu dei didática para
And Jaime organized the tools to teach this new day.
isso. E foi um grande sucesso.
And it was a big
A minha
success.
escola era muito cheia todo
His
tempo.
school was really
Lambada got so big. Jaime, I think the school, Jaime, I think 2,000 people this time that I start to go. But we had one place that is called Roxy Roller. This place was the first place that opened in Rio de Janeiro, was like for 5,000 people. It was one place that you could go not only for dance, but you go for drink and for it was for everything, but it's really in the center of the Zona Sul, south zone of Rio de Janeiro. We call Lagoa. It's a beautiful place in Rio de Janeiro. So this place was so big, was 5,000 people per night. What they put, their first thing was lambada. So 5,000 people listen to music, dancing, and then it starts like competitions there of lambada. I went to this competition.
Talk about the media, because the soap opera made very important.
Please go ahead. Go.
Yeah, we had a soap opera called Rainha da Sucata, and Jaime participated in
Jaime was the choreographer.
the choreography for the opening of the soap opera, and it was really, really famous at that time. And
We had
it brought
lambada
lambada to the media, you know, it was in a very important channel that is one of the main, Globo.
TV.
Global TV.
Radio was
Yeah.
everywhere we had
And
lambada.
also helped to become very, very popular.
A lot of discotheques of normal house dance, they changed for lambada. Everybody wanted to go to dance lambada. We was a little bit like that in Brazil there. Jaime did this work, brought to the lambada didática, for something that we didn't have before. So this make everybody starting to dance lambada, and good. But we had some problems. It was not so long, Jaime. How many years lambada got there?
Só antes dos problemas, pode traduzir para mim?
Yes.
Just one thing, nesse mesmo momento que tudo isso estava acontecendo, eu tinha como 10 anos, 8 anos.
At the same time that everything was happening, Xandy 10 years.
E 8, assim, quando eu tava no prezinho,
8 years.
School and then continue a little bit more. So for me, just for you know, I listen all the stories, but my background is like I never imagined I will be dancer in the future. But on the school in Brazil have a campeonato de dança, competition, in the competition I participate. I participate with the songs famous, que era Beto Barbosa. E these famous songs have dancers e passam television em popular. Como se disse, popular como Faustão, Domingão.
Yes,
TV shows,
and then we watch the TV shows for go to the school and they have a competition. And the TV shows had a dancers. And these dancers will have a choreographers. And the choreographers was these people. And then just for you know, like the process for us. And then I did the competition. Of course, I never imagined I would be dancer in my life.
But everybody did lambada this time.
Yes.
Your mother, your uncle, everybody. Everyone there that say, you dance lambada? Of course.
But
this was the lambada for us. What's the one? You little bit there.
See, La Inocência. I just like to say
was
that
lambada.
the innocent part from the forbidden dance for us a parte inocente da dança, eu não tinha maldade. Eu era muito inocente, eu nem pensava em beijar na boca. Era inocente de verdade.
It was an innocent dance. They never thought about anything bad. They were young, so for them it was an innocence.
This history that I told you, the bordel, we never heard before.
Eu não sabia.
We only saw lambada, the beautiful dance, colors, dress, and things like that.
Na lambada,
In Lambada,
existia uma inocência.
there was an innocence.
Porque era uma dança que os turistas gostavam muito.
It was a dance that the tourists really liked.
Todo mundo que não dançava apreciava.
And everyone that didn't dance, apreciava.
Você gostava de ver.
Appreciate.
Então, sempre foi uma dança muito para fora.
So it was always a dance that was showing outside.
A conexão
The connection
não era como a do ZOUK.
wasn't like the ZOUK connection.
Era uma conexão
It was
diferente.
a different connection.
Era uma coisa mais
It
performática.
was more performative, more virtuosic.
Então não havia muito espaço. Havia uma sensualidade natural
There was a natural
e
sensuality
não intencional.
and not intentional.
Ela acontecia pelo movimento
It happened because of the
e não por uma
movement
intenção
and not
sensual.
because of a sensual intention.
Por isso que era de certa forma inocente.
That's why it was so innocent.
E ninguém precisava botar shortinho.
And nobody needed to wear those little shorts.
Todo mundo usava calcinha.
Everybody wore like normal pants.
E não tinha vergonha
And there
disso.
was no shame in that.
Porque a gente olhava a saia,
We would see the skirts,
olhava os
we
cabelos,
would watch their
os
hair,
braços.
their arms.
Era uma dança de praia.
It was a dance at the
Então
beach.
quem queria ver bunda ia pra praia.
Whoever wanted to see butts would go to the beach.
Então,
Not just
Yeah, it was really
então a dança era mais natural
So the dance was more natural.
porque as pessoas iam só dançar mesmo.
Because they only want to dance for real.
Isso, e uma coisa importante,
And one thing
a entrada do balé clássico.
that was important is the entrance of classical ballet.
Muitas bailarinas
Many dancers,
maravilhosas,
amazing
Renata
ballet
Portela, de vários lugares, largaram tudo e foram pro ZOUK.
left
Lambada.
Pra lambada.
went
Pra
back
lambada.
to lambada.
E aí surgiram as cabeças,
And then the head movements came
surgiram os
out.
braços,
The arms.
surgiram do balé clássico.
This came out of these ballet dancers that came into ZOUK.
De novo mostrando
Again,
como
showing
o Brasil é mix.
How mixed Brazil
E
is.
como uma cultura conversa com a outra.
Remember that we have as well in Porto Seguro, as well, really famous movement about the head movement that's called boneca. That you wear, the girls that come from Lambada, the girls from Lambada that really put the head movement in the dance. These girls coming from Porto Seguro, they live there, they start to play all that. Lambada big success, everything, but I don't know what happened. And then Lambada starts to. First thing, I think, no more music. Now the singers starting stop. No. People say that the system of people decide sometimes what's gonna be success on TV, on radio. The media, they like it's one mafia. They organize. Now we're gonna put forró. Now we're gonna put hip hop. Now we're gonna bring this for make success, something like that. And then nobody more record lambada. The places that was the discotheque that was lambada starts to come back to be discotheque. So no more places to dance, no more media, no more this. The Churchill starts to complain as well because some TVs starting to use the skirt for to show the butt. Now we have programs in Sunday that's still doing this, but the church started to complain as well about the things. DJs. Some schools, because lambada was one dance that everybody danced, was not one dance that was work. Some schools that have lambada stopped to teach lambada as well because. And even Jaime, Arosha, one day went inside his school, he said, I don't teach lambada more for you.
The DJs from
Even DJs.
They used to play disco before, and when lambada came, only lambada changed. The pubs, they only play lambada.
What they did?
And the DJs that liked to play disco, they were very upset. So they started organizing the funeral, burial of Lambada, and they really did the parade on the street.
Serious?
Coffin?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it passed on the TV.
Exactly.
The parade of the death of Lambada, guys.
Imagine.
E I remember the day that Jaime as well came to the school and said, I don't teach lambada more.
Eu fiquei muito triste.
It was really sad.
Foi a pior decepção da minha vida
The worst deception of his
com a
life
sociedade.
with society.
Porque eu achei que
He
não era
thought
justo.
it was unjust.
Tanta gente feliz,
So many people were happy,
mudar de repente,
and then changed
por decisão de alguns.
by somebody's decision.
E aí eu disse, eu tinha me afastado do tango,
And he had kind of left tango a
Samba,
little bit.
só dançava lambada.
He was only dancing lambada. He had left the other dances.
mas eu danço outras danças.
But he also dances a lot
E aí
of
eu
other
falei,
dances.
Adillio,
So he said, Ajit,
Renata, vocês são os melhores.
you guys are the best ones here.
Então vocês vão ter a missão
So you guys have a mission
de tocar isso,
to play
de
that,
continuar isso.
to continue that.
E ele falou assim, mestre,
And he said,
acho que o nome lambada não vende mais.
I think that the name lambada doesn't sell anymore.
ZOUK,
Say Zouk.
a saída é ZOUK.
I explain why that.
Exit is Zouk.
I explain why that. I was at his school. I was learning. I was in the morning, 10 o'clock doing ballet to 12. To 12 to 5 training tango, valsa, salsa, dances from Italia. We was dancing from 12 to 5 in the afternoon. From 5 to 10 we teach. From 10 to midnight we had meeting with him for to know what we did. It was like this, like we have. Love it, of course. We was learning everything. So in this process that we was there with Jaime, we already start to mix things. We start to mix great things. We was new, we was arriving, we want to make things that happen. We start to mix things with the dance, extra dance that he teach us. If people start to call us, they are not that we was not doing more lambada. Even my team, I have one group they call it Lamba Sete. That was really famous group. I know all of them. Was Waipim, Mandioca, the people from Chacabum. It's really important group of in the scene in Rio de Janeiro this time. They put me out of the group. They start to call me the Capitão Bolero because they say that I was not dancing lambada more. Because Jaime teach us to listen the music. Jaime teach us how to play with the body. Jaime teach us how to break things and construct.
Didactic.
And then we start to do this with lambada. They look to us and say, this is not lambada. You guys are out. They put us out. And
Change a
then
little bit the basics,
we change.
the format
we
of the
learn
basics.
what you guys know. This, we call this, what? We call this? Base of what? No, Zouk. Samba. Say chick chick tum.
Chique, chique, tum. Chique, chique, tum.
This was our samba de gafieira. And we need to teach this for the students. For lambada. You know how many students come back second lesson with me? Almost nobody. Because to teach this was so difficult. And then we start to organize like this. We start to organize our zouk back and forward. We have another dance that's called bolero, where we have something there that's called virada or viradinha. We start to put this in our zouk too. We have the balança in the samba, that's for the men. Together we have this. We have another dance as well that was coming from the time that Jaime did, was from where come the idea to make our bonus. So many dances that we learn with him, we start to organize something. But we still call him lambada this time. And then I came to him because people was telling that what we was doing was not lambada more. We decided to start really fight. He called another dance. In the beginning, Zouk Love. People say that was so much gay. I say, it was not so gay, Zouk is lambada. And then we gave to Jaime and say, Jaime, we're gonna get this mission from you. But can we change everything? It's your mission to go.
Um pouco sobre a importância da música para você sentir essa diferença.
Yes. Jorge.
Ah,
We had something really important that helped us to want to call the ZOUK first. One thing that really helped us to want to call the ZOUK was because of the music.
No.
Jorge, please.
I didn't pass it in this time because I passed in, I think, 10 years or 15.
Lambada in the beginning was dancing with music like that, was really fast and stuff like that. But we meet this guy in Porto Seguro from Arraial da Ajuda. He already played there at his Jatobá. He played these black vinyls, black CDs, big ones. And the name was, everything that he played the whole night was Zouk machine, Zouk Creole. It was this kind of ritual that's come from France. It's called Zouk. But how he have this contact with this music? How the people from Lambada already start to dance with Zouk? I don't know if you know, in the north of Brazil, we have kind of islands. Guianas Francesas, we have a lot of places here that is from French. And there, the radios send, the people that was in Brazil, was possible to listen radios that's coming from these countries. This was what the people that told me. That they have sometimes a lot of zouks at radio. Was possible to have the music. But we start to use the music zouk first. Zouk is one ritual of music. Some people are going to tell me, but Adillio, have you one dance that's called zouk? There, in France, in Guiana Francesa, in Guadalupe, Martinica. Have you one dance that's called zouk? Yes.
But totally different.
I'm sorry, I didn't have Facebook or Google.
There was no internet.
No internet inside. We only saw some music calling zouk. That's sorry, I stole it from him. I
think also because when you go to the party, you say that you're gonna dance zouk because you're gonna dance the music zouk, and then you start calling it zouk, and you end up calling the dance zouk because you dance zouk in the party.
Yeah. Só no Brasil
Only in Brazil.
é possível acontecer isso.
Can this happen?
Uma música
A music
de maior sucesso
of great success.
é boliviana.
That's a Bolivian music, a Bolivian song.
Sure, se foi.
É boliviana.
Because this that's
Na época,
Bolivian
a
song.
gente dançava Gypsy King.
And then they would dance Gypsy King.
Bamboleio,
That's also not
bamboleio.
Spanish.
Rumba flamenca.
It's flamenco, rumba from flamenco.
Dançávamos qualquer coisa que desse para dançar lambada.
We would dance to any music that we could dance lambada.
We accept.
We accept.
When the lambada music gets stopped, we need to find things for dance.
Então, o nome lambada nunca foi uma música exatamente.
So lambada was never pertaining to a song or a music genre.
Era mais uma dança que uma
It
música.
was more of a dance than a
E
genre.
depois veio o zouk,
And then came Zouk,
que não é brasileiro,
which is not Brazilian
enquanto música,
as a music genre,
mas é enquanto dança.
but it is as a dance.
E hoje nem zouk toca mais.
And then today we don't even play
I'm fighting
Se for ver, é difícil escutar um zouk de
It's
verdade.
difficult to go to a party and hear them actually play Zouk.
Aí às vezes a kizomba
And sometimes it's
se
kizomba,
confunde com o zouk.
gets confused with Zouk.
But if you know, Kizomba before was calling zouk too.
É,
in the
eu uso música de kizomba do zouk.
He uses kizomba music for Zouk.
Eu uso sempre.
So you can see that the zouk is so strong because zouk started kizomba too. The music in the beginning of the dance kizomba was calling zouk too, because we have so many countries. We have this connection with the Africa. This kind of music, we love this. Zouk really represents that.
Agora, a diferença
The difference
da kizomba,
from kizomba
do zouk das antigas
to Zouk from the Anchieta, the islands,
e de outras danças
and other
que
dances
são muito típicas de um povo
that are very typical of a people,
é a ausência das misturas de outras danças.
is the absence of mixing other dances.
E que o zouk não tem o menor pudor de fazer.
And ZOUK has no
Pudor não tem
Not
vergonha.
afraid, not
Not
ashamed.
afraid?
Not ashamed of the.
O ZOUK aceita tudo
ZOUK accepts everything
e depois devolve tudo.
and then gives you back everything.
Porque está dando para
Because
bachata,
it's giving to bachata,
salsa,
it's giving to
tango,
salsa, it's giving to
pra
tango,
tudo.
it's giving to everyone.
Todas as danças do
All of
West
the dances,
Coast,
West Coast,
todas as danças estão bebendo um pouco
are drinking a little bit
da liberdade do ZOUK.
from the freedom of ZOUK.
Mas o começo foi inverso,
The beginning was the inverse.
porque o ZOUK começou a misturar as danças.
Exactly.
ZOUK
So,
started to mix.
Zouk, when we gave the name Zouk, we had the mix of we was really teacher of Brazilian dances. We worked for the school of the Centro de Dança Jaime.
And I have to say that I learned all about the body awareness dancing partner with a partner in Jaime studio. Yeah, because before I was a ballet and jazz dancer. So I came to him and I only danced lambada, but very dirty, because I used to dance lambada in the parties, as everybody learning dancing. When I came to his studio, I learned a lot, all I know about didactics and body awareness, all in his studio. And that's made possible for us to develop foundations, you know.
Some people say that we have different Zouks in Brazil. Yes, we have. But it's really important that you guys understand the beginning of that. Lambada came, get all north, arrived in Rio de Janeiro. Because the didactic of Jaime, we say that we changed the whole conception of the dance, because we brought the ballroom dance Brazilian. It was the first time that ballroom dance was put inside of Lambada. But it got so different that it was necessary to find another name. It was not that I want to put a new name, was because the people from Lambada started to look and say, this is not Lambada more. So we find a new name, we find ZOUK, and then we have that's calling ZOUK style Rio de Janeiro. That's the dance that was mixed in all ballroom dance that we have. Bolero, salsa, all this kind. Jazz, especially jazz and salsa, and ballet.
Yeah.
When I started to work there, I opened the first school that was the first school of ZOUK in Rio de Janeiro. I worked with Jaime almost 15 years and his school. But we decided to open something that only will talk about ZOUK. Was our dream. And then we married, we decided to open, and we opened what's called the Núcleo de Dança Adillio Renata, where you go inside in the morning, have ZOUK, you midnight have ZOUK.
Yes.
Was one school that we worked really hard, only this. After we need to open Bolero somewhere, because for make some money. We need to make some money, it was not only the dream.
Yeah.
Because the ZOUK people come after 3 months, they want to pay more. And then we were like, only who pays school is another.
In Brazil, it's funny.
Yes.
Old people
Yes,
pay.
they pay.
The young, they want for free.
Yes.
Because they're talented, you know. That's a problem.
We had so much success with this school that we was so happy. And then again, Jaime come to open our lives again. Jaime create what is calling the first festival, the real big festival of ballroom dance in Brazil, in the Hotel Congress, where came everybody from Brazil for to learn. And Jaime brought teachers from outside.
From Europe.
Was first time.
From Cuba.
Was dreaming that he had, and then he did. He sell how many cars? He sell the car, the apartment, everything. He did. I remember something
I
like
think it was
that.
the first Congress in Brazil.
Yes, was the
First Congress.
First.
Yes, Congress.
And then there, he put ZOUK, first time. Everybody was, what the fuck is that? What is this? We prepared one choreography called Spiritual.
Yes.
It's so popular.
And then we dance, and after that, guys, all the people that Jaime brought for to learn bolero, samba, slow fox, things, they come to us. You need to come to my city. You need to come to my city. Minas Gerais, Belo Horizonte, Rio Grande do Sul. People got crazy on the junction that we did about this little bit lambada con little bit the all ballroom dance.
And ballet.
The ballet, Renata, because we have choreographers with Jaime that use only ballet as well. For salsa, for this, Jaime always mix. So we brought this to the ZOUK too. Always because he gives to us, we put there.
Opportunities.
Opportunities. And then we got so famous that we started to travel all Brazil with the new dance called ZOUK. We have some problems.
Tem que falar também que
Yes.
o Jaime foi importante em questão de misturar essas, tanto a parte da dança junta quanto a parte solta. Que eu acho que foi você que começou a misturar e tem muita resistência.
The idea of Jaime, like
His dance company.
his dance company, I think it's something so much important that we had in Brazil. Jaime, he got us not only in ballroom dance or to dance together, but he gave to one plastic for us. It was necessary for us stop to be only dancers, but to start to be bailarines as well. This was something that Jaime, we are really thankful to him because he made the level of our dance really get high.
For shows, the one that started, for example, started choreography of bolero together, holding partner, dancing together, like being free and dancing like a diagonal ballet or jazz diagonal in the middle of the choreography. The one that started that was Jaime.
Change position.
Yes, changing partners in the middle of the dance.
Eu
I was from his
lembro,
dance company.
I remember momento muito interessante nos meus shows.
A very interesting moment in his shows.
Dançando Jaime com a lambada,
Dancing lambada.
Adillio, estava dançando com todo o grupo, de repente o palco era inclinado,
Adillio was dancing with the whole group and the
João Caetano.
stage
o
was...
João Caetano,
Ah, eu também dancei.
1000 pessoas,
And João Caetano, the stage is
Adillio
right.
desequilibra,
And Adillio got unbalanced
ele faz o rolamento
and he does a roll.
e levanta assim.
And he
E aí começa uma dança que não estava programada.
starts dancing.
Acho
with
fracassado.
E o balé parou. E o balé parou.
And the ballet stopped
O balé parou
and everybody stopped
e ficou olhando pra ele.
and started
E ele fez assim,
and he was
vamos.
like this.
Adillio, aquele passo foi incrível.
Engraçado.
I thought he never saw that.
Três vezes atrás fizemos nosso show Viagens em João Caetano e quase caiu várias vezes. We didn't show
Yes.
Vamos começar a fechar.
So, guys, lambada, go, and then we start ZOUK, that you guys see all ideas. It is, people say, oh, the ZOUK, everything is welcome. You come from salsa, you come from that, you bring hip hop, another one bring that. But it's exactly because of that. Because the beginning of the ZOUK was to get the lambada, you give to them all possibilities. Nothing was, you cannot do that. No, it's welcome. Can I do this? Yes, of course.
And
We
it has to do
try.
with the culture. Brazilians are very receptive. You know? This is our culture. We are receptive. We accept everything from outside. People go and they feel warm and embraced, and we accept other cultures as well.
And I'd like to just say a little bit because now we almost finished the class, the school.
I only want to bring to you.
No. I just say something about what I see here now. Who here was the last year? Put your hands up in this course. One part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Before, 2 years ago? 1, 2, 3. What I'm so happy, like I observe from outside what I see. I observe that the event is every year, like started to we connect more. We can appreciate our union.
Yeah.
The people accept it. Everybody is really true because when I come in here to the ZOUK, the people accept me too. Like I come in 2012. When I arrived in ZOUK, I didn't know Adillio Porto, didn't know Jaime, I didn't know Renata Peçanha. I was famous before I know people because the video popular now I had with Evelyn. Yes, it's like now I can see the story. When I see now is like now I can observe really clear the importance you have existed in we dance more from the love, we connect more, accept the family. We can see a little bit more too, not everybody coming for the same reason for the ZOUK. Some people love to move the head, some people love to dance close, some people to move the legs. Everything connect with the information people told about accept tango, West Coast, bachata, kizomba. He always, when you accept, have a confusion, no? It's a little confusion in the beginning, after a fusion. We start to fusion, then start to accept. But the most important here is to see how the story about Zouk every day is having more, how to say, is more grounded. We can share for you. You know, I understand when I come to Europe for the first time, when I didn't understand why the people don't dance close, why the people don't smile, because the culture was different, and then we worked so hard, and then I had my experience in Valencia, Adillio Porto have all the experience in all the world, Renata Peçanha have all the experience in Brazil, in all the world, and now in US, together with Jorge. I understand now how was important the didactic from Jaime Arocha, and how this Jaime Arocha, I didn't know Jaime Arocha, I see Jaime Arocha for the first time, I think he was here, thank you Claudia, when Claudia invited me. Was here, and then I see how was important Jaime Arocha, say for Adillio and Renata, let it go, do your job, and then go back again for help, and then say for everybody, let it go in Europe, and now come back again to help, and then the didactic starts to grow more and more up. I have the opportunity to learn now, because I didn't learn in Brazil this time, but now the thing incredible is the mix we have here, but everybody here coming for the same reason, for helping other people to learn this dance, this Zouk. I pass for you if you.
Eu penso que a reflexão
The reflection,
é que se o Zouk tem toda essa mistura,
if Zouk has all this mixture,
é bom que ele continue existindo completo.
it's good that it continues complete.
Não seja só um estilo,
Not to be one style,
não só uma face de
not
um diamante,
just one side of a diamond,
mas seja o diamante.
but be the whole diamond.
Então, eu gosto de todos os
He
estilos,
likes all of the styles.
porque eu acho que todos são ferramentas.
He thinks they're all tools.
Numa noite,
In one
dá
night,
para você dançar todos os
you
estilos.
can dance all the styles.
E você vai ter aqui chance de ter contato com todos os
And
estilos.
here you'll have the chance to have contact with all these
E
different
todos são
styles.
filhos do mesmo pai e da mesma mãe.
And they're all the sons and daughters of the same mother and father.
Então tem que conviver juntos,
So they have to live together
sem separação.
without separation.
Eu tive uma alegria muito grande esse ano da vida.
And he is very happy.
Estava no Congresso Mundial de Tango.
He was in a
Está no vídeo.
tango congress.
Final.
At the end,
O casal chega assim,
the couple arrives like this.
coloca a mulher aqui
Puts the lady
e
here.
quando sobe,
And when he goes up,
faz assim.
he goes up.
Mundial de Tango.
Guys, wait. Look, so for close one part for back to church. We told you a little bit because it's important to call you like history, because it's organized for you to present the whole concept. Brazil, we had so many success in so many cities, especially because Jaime with this congress was possible. We bring this language, but it's important to know that we still have in Brazil two ways to think, not to dance. To dance we have a lot, but we have the way that people that still connect with the first idea of the lambada, they open for some new things, but they still so much more connect with this part. They try not to lose so much the beginning. This is the people that is calling today the Lamba Zouk. They have this connection more strong. They want to keep lambada. They accept connections with another dance, but the lambada is more strong inside. Yeah, I love that. I love that because we cannot forget lambada, nothing. In my idea, for these years that I work, everywhere that I go, I try now. I had before to think in one name different, but now I'm trying to ask for people starting to calling the Zouk lambada. Zouk lambada. É o Zouk é a lambada. I think that this, we was fighting for one name, for another names. This is what I think. Today we have Lamba Zouk. It's more lambada, but we have the Zouk there. Here we have Zouk lambada. It's our Zouk that came from lambada. We can never forget about lambada. This is what I asking the people. For finish this, After Brazil, everybody was dancing. Some cities continue dance to today, more Lamba Zouk. They are more dancing strong there. You go Porto Seguro, you go to São Paulo. But even São Paulo today is a little bit
Yeah, it's more.
So we have this. After we have Lamba Zouk e Zouk Lambada, inside of the Zouk Lambada or Zouk Brasileiro, Zouk Brazilian, we have so many styles that people are like trying to organize better, like some teachers organizing more. I dance only this style, I work more this. Everything is welcome, we are not having problems with that. I hope that the family every time gets more bigger. But all this dance is starting to go outside of Brazil. The first place really was Holland. Holland was the place that we had here one guy called Cláudio Gomes. He was the guy that did lessons with us in Brazil. He starts to teach in Holland, I don't know how many years ago, a lot. More than, I think, 20 or 25 years. I'm here 15, so he is 20.
I think it was in the 2000.
2000. So Cláudio as well. I have Cláudio a little bit. Cláudio BRAZILIAN too. But Cláudio was the guy that had the contact with us in Rio de Janeiro. He got our style, the way that we was teaching, our didactic, the basic, lateral, viradinha, bons, he brought to Holland. Was the first place. After that, he brought us to teach here. Renata back to Brazil. I stayed. I didn't come back. I didn't come back more. I love Holland and I stay in Holland. I stay in Holland 7 years living here, trying to work with Cláudio. Cláudio didn't let me to work here because he thought that it was better that I was in Brazil. Because here, he's the master. And then I almost left. But Cláudia didn't let. Cláudia is another Cláudia, it's not Cláudia. Cláudia didn't. She said, you stay. I organize for you stay. So I stayed. So the 7 years that I was here was possible to see Zouk start to grow in Europe. I went to so many places. We went to Australia, we went to Dubai, we went to Russia, we had all Asia, we had Europe. So many times going, but was not only us. We had another teachers as well that made part of that starts little bit bring. After we start to have their own teachers that starting to come from Europe. We start to have teachers that coming from Holland, coming from Germany. We had as well London, really strong, but London was a little bit more lambada. We had Solange. We had Barcelona, we have Daniel, Letícia, Xavi family there, the people from Barcelona Beach Festival. So we started to have Australia, we started in 2003, we had as well Rodrigo Delano that came a lot of time. So we had so many people that started to spread Zouk around. And after was not only the Brazilians born, we started to have the teachers from the same country. Holland started, Holland have so many teachers now. In Germany we have all countries you guys came.
Yeah,
you guys have so
more
many.
Recently, in the past 10 years, we also have.
I don't want to go inside to talk about how the things happen outside of Brazil, but Holland was really the first place that the community organizing, starting to call it Zouk, and from here went.
Just one thing, and started to have a lot of festivals and dance congresses. Yeah, people started to organize. And one thing that I still think that is very important is that we keep the idea of having a studio and regular classes in the cities and not only congresses, you know? Because sometimes what happens is that the people just attend congresses, go from one congress to the other, and they don't create their own scene in their own cities, that is going to make them grow the dance, you know, and create a community.
Muito importante. Quando eu dou aula nas cidades, eu sinto que a cultura do lugar influencia muito no desempenho dos professores. Na forma como os professores ensinam.
The form of the way that the teachers teach.
Os congressos
And in the Congress,
é uma chance maravilhosa
it's a great chance
de vocês trazerem seus alunos
to bring your students
para entenderem o ZOUK na sua essência.
to understand ZOUK in its essence.
Porque aí eles vão dançar com
Because
pessoas do
then
mundo
they're going
inteiro.
to dance from people from all over
E
the
aí
world.
você vai ter mais
And
facilidade
then it's going to be easier for you
de
to teach
dar
them.
aula, porque eles vão ver
Because they're
que
going
essa
to
cultura
see
existe e é
that
forte.
this culture exists
Porque
strongly.
é muito difícil
Because it's very difficult
ensinar algumas coisas do ZOUK
to teach some things from ZOUK.
quando, no lugar onde não se pode olhar, não
In
se
the
pode
places
tocar,
that
não se pode
people
sorrir.
can't look at each other, can't touch each other, that culturally they're a little bit more
É muito
closed.
difícil.
It's very difficult.
E isso pode ser vencido
And this can be overcome
se a gente
if
mostrar
we show
o quanto bem faz
what good it does.
essa união,
This union,
esse ritual.
this ritual,
É um ritual
it's a ritual.
que todos possam ser incluídos nesse ritual.
And everybody is
E
included.
o Dutch ZOUK
In Dutch ZOUK,
é um dos congressos que mais permite
the congresses that it permits
essa Babel.
this Babel. You know Babel, the Tower of Babel?
Todos vêm para cá,
Everybody comes
todos se encontram.
and everybody can
E
speak
o
the
ZOUK já não é
same
mais
language.
só brasileiro.
And ZOUK is no longer just
O
Brazilian.
ZOUK é mundial.
It's of the world.
And
Foi.
And Jorge,
wait, let me finish. I agree with that. Of course, I also organize a congress. But what I mean is that if you only have congresses, I don't think it's nice. So if you are here, it's with one purpose of studying the dance and being able to pass this information for your students and create a community. Because you cannot have a congress if you don't have community. So in the congress we change information and we change
you need
law,
to do
the
something in your city.
Yeah.
You need to do something in your city. You need to put mama, papa, auntie, their friends, boyfriend, people that you don't like, everybody. To put everybody to learn. Everybody. Go, Jorge.
Guys, one thing is so important because when in Congress, I think it's not for you learn, just for you upgrade your
and
dance.
share the
Okay? Because you need to learn in school, not in Congress.
Congresso não forma, congresso informa.
Exactly.
yeah.
Congress doesn't form anyone.
Doesn't form.
It doesn't create any dancer. It will inform you, but you have to take that information back to your cities and, like Renata said, use that every day to feed your dancing. It's a daily
Because
thing,
of-
not just a once in a
Um tem que
while.
alimentar o outro.
One has to
Because
feed the other.
the big problem in our scenes, because a lot of people try to learn in Congress, not in a normal school. In the Congress, I think they needed to see the new tools or to upgrade your dance, not to learn properly your dance. And they needed to learn your proper dance in your school with your teacher to take the basic, the fundament, okay?
I see here this like different. I think the meeting of the teachers are necessary. They're really
Of
important.
course.
Here we can organize exactly the things that's doing success. We share with you. You guys share with us, of course. But it's we talk about Congress, not teacher course, about Congress. The people that come after the third day, they don't remember nothing more. After the third day, they say, "Oh my God, how many steps?" It's the one that go left.
I think the most important is the sharing the love. and the-
Exactly.
and the
They
passion.
came to share the love, to get more in love,
Yeah, the passion of
to
dancing.
celebrate, to dance,
Celebration.
be nice. It's cool to make part of this family.
Yes.
Us not. We here need to work.
This.
So you guys come from 10 o'clock to midnight every day. Okay, Jaime, let's work for everybody. Let's work for everybody.
There are two things that is so important in our scenes. It was one I passed in my page
When he started.
when I started because I saw this changing.
Can you tell how you started?
Yeah, I started to 2007.
2007.
She will translate for me because in English, oh my God, make me feel too nervous. Oh yeah, to explain. Em 2007, quando eu comecei, eu vi toda essa transformação.
He saw all the transformations in the styles and all the things, very new things in 2007 when he entered ZOUK.
Tem dois pontos que foram muito importantes, a mudança da dança e a mudança da música.
The 2 points that were important, the change of the dance and the change of the music.
A dança eu vi que pelo background dos dançarinos, acabaram trazendo muita coisa para dança.
On the background of some dancers, like a hip hop dancer brings his hip hop background to the dance.
Veronese, you know Veronese?
And
His background is a hip hop.
he ended up bringing his background.
Yeah, that's why he dances more like a hip hop.
Veronese.
Their backgrounds in more jazz and ballet, like this.
Everybody came from
É. E eu vi toda essa parte que foi acrescentada, que a gente foi aprendendo outras danças e foi pegando novas ferramentas para acrescentar na
And
música.
he saw all the tools being brought to add to Zouk and to also bring to Zouk new tools and new movements and new things.
Eu passei por toda essa transformação, tanto da dança, não transformação, mas assim, acrescentar a dança.
Yeah,
Não
this,
transformação, de transformação
adding.
foi eles.
Yeah, when he entered, the new styles were really coming to Zouk.
E sobre a música, que foi a coisa, eu acho que uma das partes mais fundamentais para o Zouk ganhar o mundo.
In the music, that was one of the main things for Zouk to be known all over the world stronger.
A partir do momento que a gente começou a acrescentar músicas populares, tipo,
At the moment that we started playing pop music in Zouk and R&B and hip hop,
que vocês já escutam na dança, como
the music that plays in the
Adillio,
radios,
e etc, ficou muito mais fácil trazer novas pessoas para a dança.
it was much easier to bring new people to Zouk because it's songs that the people know, they listen in the radio, so it brought more new people to
It's more
Zouk.
interesting for them. E teve uma pessoa que foi muito, lógico, teve várias pessoas que foram muito importantes, mas teve uma pessoa que, como DJ, ele revolucionou a
And there was
dança.
one guy that, as a DJ and producer, that revolutioned the music.
Pra mim, que eu vivi aquilo, não estou falando que esse é meu ponto de visão, que foi o Mafia Zouk.
It was Mafia Zouk. It's his opinion and my opinion.
Exato.
My opinion.
So, minha amiga.
Ele pra mim, na minha época que eu vivi, que eu vivenciei, foi o cara que trouxe algo diferente para o Zouk, mantendo
Yeah,
um pouco da raiz do
But
Zouk.
if you look,
He kept-
everything,
He kept the origins. He produced new remixes, but he kept the origins of Zouk, you know?
Se vocês têm hoje em dia vários DJs, vários remixes, isso deve ser ao Mafia Zouk. E ele também foi um grande repercussor de trazer novas ferramentas para a dança também.
Yeah,
Então,
and
foi
he also brought a very new dance style for Zouk. That is called
it's like it is, because we talk about Martin Zucker, that he was a student of Adillio Renata, he was Jaime. You talk for Veronese, that was coming and was
From
student
Jaime.
from Jaime. You say I love Cadu e Larissa, that is student from Alex de Carvalho, that he was a student from us and then from Jaime. You guys are not talking from this. I think Xandy is the only
Yeah, no.
I cannot not mention some people that are very important in the dance scene, like Cadu and
Cadu and
Larissa,
Larissa.
that came from Alex de Carvalho and Rafael. And Rafael came from us. And also Leo and Becky are very important in the scene. There was
No, we have, then
was
I'm
one
gonna
of
tell
the-
names of everybody. Basti,
And
we have in
Fred
here, we have in
Yeah.
we
have a
have
lot
so
of
much
people.
names, we have people that
Yeah.
gave all. Xandy, something?
No, I was too. I was the same. I was from Leandro. Leandro was from Celso Vieira.
Celso Vieira.
Everything.
No, I have something to share, just guys, just for the course. Remember, we don't have a stretch class here a lot. We don't have this kind of stretch class. You need to respect a lot yourself here because it's a lot of hours. So I just try to say something about your way to receive. Like respect yourself first. Go to toilet when you need, say for the teacher, do the way you believe, but go to toilet. If you need to stretch before the classes, because this course is a little bit like class, party. Class, party. And then you need to be responsibility for your body, because sometimes you cannot digest the information because you are hungry, or you need water, or you need to stretch your knee or your legs. So really take care about this because all the years the same. The students walk here to the last day like this, and then you say, come in Renata, you start to speak about further follows, how the viradinha is important to connect the person. And then I appreciate, I see the teacher give you everything the students want, but you really want to forget yourself. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, just.
Guys, I really need to finish, I'm sorry. We now gonna have the last word for Renata.
Tá sacanagem.
No.
Hoje,
No, I saw you do this.
vamos ter um intervalo agora.
We're gonna have a little break.
Acho que tem intervalo.
We have like a little break.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
No, 10 minutes, no?
Start classes for practice for depend on the word. The word's good, but movement is better.
Okay, thank you very much.